Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third and final round of the 2022 LWS Open at Idlewild. We have an exciting conclusion today, and it's going to be brought to you by us, the BigBarri commentary team, Jeremy Koling and Paul Ulibarri.
We want to celebrate 400 cases of subscribers, of course, by the end of July. It's up to you guys to help us get there.
We're so close.
We're going to get there.
Yeah, by this month. Let's do it.
By this video, huh? Maybe. That's a big ask.
A lot of people are going to be watching Isaac Robinson, that's for sure. 23 under par. We need to remind you that last year, 25 under par won this event. He's at 23 through 2 rounds. Gannon Buhr is bogey-free, 100% scramble. He is just 3 back of the lead. Obviously, 2 of the hottest players on tour right now battling. 5 strokes back, Chris Dickerson. He's in 3rd place. His first event back on tour in a couple of months. Or at least it's been several weeks. It'll be exciting to see how he comes out today. And Chris Clemons, folks, he is right there as well. He's got a lot of work to make up 8 strokes, but his putting has been phenomenal. 100% inside C1X.
He's just Mr. Consistent. Like, one year he led the tour with the least amount of out-of-bounds shots. That's a great stat to have.
I love watching Chris Dickerson play. He's a phenomenal player to play with, great attitude, and even better forehands. It is an impressive thing to watch this guy rip. He gets full distance with a forehand, and I didn't think that it was possible.
We'll have a memorial throw from Blake Schaefer. This is a memorial throw for Landon William Schaefer.
Pretty good distance from the title sponsor. Blake Schaefer, obviously the owner of LWS, and if you didn't watch our story on his son, Landon William Schaefer, that was in the front 9 of the first round. Go back and watch that.
Very touching.
And just touching on Blake Schaefer real quick, a man who's been around in the sport for only a few years and has already made a huge impact. Go check out LWS or Schaefer Sports Management. Back to the action, Isaac Robinson wasting no time, and that's kind of his MO.
Absolutely, and nice high turn, same as the round before. Consistency, that'll be nice to kind of get the nerves settled.
As Gannon tries to make a run today, I want to mention a statistic that was provided by Statmando that I think is very cool. In 2020, there were 21 competitors within 11 strokes of the lead at the conclusion of the event. 21 were within 11 strokes, and 12 were within 8. In 2021, that number was 33 players within 11 strokes and 14 within 8. This event has historically been very close, but just on this card, we have 8 strokes of separation from 1st to 4th. Isaac and Gannon have been killing it so far.
This needs a lot of help.
Goodness. Chris Dickerson has made the ultimate mistake and has gone out of bounds left.
Rounding out the lead card from Kansas City, Missouri, Chris Clemons.
My name is Chris Clemons. I have been playing since about 2006. So in 2013, I played the Amateur World Championships. I got 4th there, and that was kind of when I knew that I was better than most. And then in 2017, I think I finished 3rd at GBO, and so I was like, okay, I think there's something here, you know? In 2018, my first year touring, it was tough. It was a learning experience. I had to kind of learn how to tour and then like how to play my game. My game is a little bit different. I actually was reading Reddit last night and somebody commented and they were like, man, I can't wait to watch Chris play tomorrow on the feature card. He plays like differently than anybody else. My first year touring in 2018, I kind of fell in love with the big forehand, of like trying to mimic what everybody else was doing, a lot of the righties. In the early part of 2019, I was like, I need to, you know, do what's got me here. And so my big forehand is a tool, but I need to rely on my backhand. You know, I need to get those lefty holes that other people are throwing big forehands on and might not be able to get. I think just playing my own game has really like brought me to the level I'm at now.
It's kind of what I was touching on in the beginning before Blake came out and threw that first shot. The way he throws backhand distance, it's really good, but his forehand power shot it's electrifying. It is like honestly unlike anything I've really ever seen before.
Lots of speed on it. Lots and lots of speed. It comes out faster than anybody maybe.
And he's able to control flip-up lines as well, so he can get the big distance shape that you would see with backhands. As Chris approaches, he's going to have a tap-in par. And Isaac, oh my gosh, that was coming into the green with some speed, but nice little slow down there, and he's going to have a tap-in for birdie. What we saw from Isaac yesterday through the first 17 holes was truly something special.
What we saw from the whole card, I mean, the display that Gannon put on from outside the circle was something that you see only 2-3 times a year.
6 outside C1. I mean, that's a third of the round was him making putts from outside the circle. And another man with 100% putting inside the circle through this event, not just Chris Dickerson, but also Isaac Robinson. And we want to thank FlightFactoryDisc.com for sponsoring our coverage this whole weekend.
It was important for me to partner with a retailer that could help with growing my brand and making my products available all over the country and across the world. Flight Factory has helped me accomplish that. Check out all of my gear and thousands of other discs at Flight Factory.
Hole 2, par 4, 601 feet. Gap shot right off the bat. Missed that middle tree right there. It's bending from left to right a little bit, this fairway. You want to get to the flat part, which is right about here. That'll give you your best option to get over this pond, landing something soft because this basket is on a right to left slope. Catch the wrong angle and you'll be definitely going out of bounds left.
I like how far this basket is past that row of trees. It really keeps you honest. If you want to have a look for the birdie, you've got to throw a very controlled shot.
You mean like this?
Yeah, that's the way to get a perfect tee shot. It's going to give him a very straight look through the widest gap.
If he threw that same shot left and bent it right, he'd park it.
Oh my gosh. And
It'd
look,
be a crazy line, kind of like this. This is a crazy line. It's like you said yesterday, it's surprising to see somebody do it and surprising that we haven't seen more people try it.
I played today with Alden and Gannon throw very similar lines on a lot of this course, and I just asked Alden, I was like, you must have practiced like this whole tournament with Gannon. And he said, yeah. So a lot of the shots that we're seeing Gannon throw today is like exactly what Alden Harris's game plan was as well.
Well, they are both playing pretty good right now.
Yeah. It's nice to have a good practice partner, especially one that's consistently finishing in the top 10.
Seriously. Gosh.
Hey, hold on a second.
I wonder what that's like.
Oh, hey.
I'm just agreeing with you.
That was a great shot from Chris, as that was a cold burn. Oh, my goodness.
Great part.
Hey, that was fair.
There.
Totally fair.
Well, he needs help with these tree limbs. Gets it. That was too much heat going down the hill there.
I thought you were talking about your comment.
Oh, that was the perfect amount of heat.
Gannon actually curled a little bit down the hill. He's got an awkward uphill run up. This could make this approach difficult. That needs to slow down. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Pardon me. I got those two shots mixed up. I thought that Gannon was the one that parked it, so I fubbled. I'm guessing this is going to flip up to a perfectly flat.
It looks so good. Yeah, I mean, that is just great control of pace. And once again, Isaac is showing the proficiency that he has with that putter in hand. And look at Chris getting aggressive, not paying the price, sitting close to the basket. Now Gannon has this putt for, oh no, that was for par. And now he's the last player in the field to take a bogey. Or to take their first bogey, I should say.
Wow. And Dickerson gets the birdie, a nice little two-stroke swing there, gets himself a little closer, but not closer to Isaac, who's, I'm going to just say he's going to make this.
I mean, we saw him birdie the first 4 holes in round 2, and he's off to a good start once again. Very comfortable on this course right now is Isaac. And a par for Clemons. And Gannon's bogey is in, and that is a 2-stroke swing in Isaac's favor, and that lead went from 3 to 5 just like that. That is a huge boost of momentum for him, I'm guessing. As we go to hole 3, a par 4. This is 656-foot dogleg right. The players are most likely going to be throwing a roller or a backhand turnover or a forehand as far straight and right as they can, setting up best case scenario 300 feet, but a lot of shots end up in that 350 range.
God, that's good.
And it's just incredible control. You don't even want to go farther than that, because once you do, you're going down the hill and making the approach even harder. That's just textbook.
This is textbook. This is as good as it gets.
Yeah, that's the best one we've seen yet. That's going to leave 260 into the pin.
Yes, it is.
With a wide gap. Chris going the wide backhand route, that really makes the hole so much longer. If you end up going with a left to right moving disc, you really like to go that inside route, but the angle is so cut off with the shape and the direction of this tee pad.
Oh, I don't know what that caught on the ground there, but that was not in his favor.
And a tough spot to be now.
This is a great angle as well. This thing go.
Oh my gosh, what a shot. Coming back in bounds.
That was ripped. That was all of 450, 500.
Yeah, and he's going to be in bounds, but the birdie is off the table unless he throws one in from behind the trees 80 feet away. So another opportunity for Chris Dickerson and Isaac here to make up strokes or to gain strokes for Isaac. That might be difficult to do.
You know, it was a little low, but man, was it on a rope again. Like he throws shots that are just on angle right away, and they hold that angle.
Yeah.
You know who else throws like that? Colton Montgomery. That like gets on a line super fast, and it doesn't deviate from that line. You know what I mean? He's not working the disc into like a late flip. Like he puts it on whatever angle with speed. Here's Gannon from deep.
Good looking bid from back there, but a par will be Gannon's score.
Hey, sidearm.
That is the first one we've seen that I've seen from him.
Yeah. And now I know why he doesn't do it much.
Oh, come on. Chris Dickerson with a nice bounce back after the par on the first hole. A disappointing par on 1, but really good birdies on 2 and 3.
Very good. Good up and downs here. Few pars.
Looking at hole 4. This is a par 4, and it's pretty lengthy. You want to get at least 400 to 450 feet off the tee. Setting yourself up on the left side gives you the best angle through those trees across that little waterway. Tee shot is really this is the most important shot here on this hole. If you don't set yourself up with a good tee shot, really you can kiss the birdie goodbye.
I really like this hole. I was thinking today, not to get crazy into course design, but imagine if they move that tee back. Just about, I don't know.
You're getting real.
You know what I mean? Turned it into like a par 5 almost, to where you had to clear the water and then pitch it up. Like, big backup. That's why.
Yeah.
I figured it out. Big backup. That was a good shot from Chris. This is a great shot from Isaac.
Yeah, these are going to be lengthy shots through the gap. They're not getting a ton of distance, but good placement.
Yeah, I think when you go mid-range off the tee or fairway without putting a lot on it, what you're doing is you're guaranteeing a gap.
Yeah, and this is a nice shot for Chris.
The farther and closer you get to that tree line, the gaps become smaller unless you're right on line.
That's right.
Here's a mid-range.
Something we haven't seen yet, but is a very viable option, and we saw Garrett Gerthy do this in our practice round, is going over the top in 2. There's a lot of open space up there, but that's usually just a worst-case scenario. Oh, boy. Well, kind of best-case scenario for Gannon that he didn't go out of bounds.
Yes.
But you can see how daunting that gap is, because they're trying to throw from this range nearly 350, maybe 330.
This is just great.
And that hits the LWS wall on the back side of the green. That wall is not out of bounds. There's nothing out of bounds back there. It's just stopping the disc from going farther. And better speed control here for Chris, as he is just, well, actually, he is also well outside the circle. I thought that might have been the bullseye.
Yeah.
Just no problem hitting gaps this weekend. Not at all.
See what I mean? It's out of his hand. It doesn't deviate from left to right. It just goes like straight at the basket.
And you can see what off the fairway looks like for Gannon. And he pitches the forehand up, and he's going to be inside the circle. Like to be a little bit closer to have no nerves on the par putt, but something that we expect him to clean up.
Just off the mark. Chris Clemons really likes that distance.
He loves the jump putt. He has that little smooth motion, the up and down. And Gannon with a nice par putt. That was a big miss for Chris Dickerson, as Gannon had to work to save his par, but Chris needed that to stay within 5 with Isaac being parked. Isaac's going to open up a 6-shot advantage and just starting to really separate himself.
Yeah, just with absolute park job.
Currently better than last year's winning score right now is Isaac Robinson. We've played 4 holes into the 3rd round.
Yes.
It's just the level of play every year, it just never ceases to amaze me. I'm just blown away at...
I don't care how good the field gets. Hole 5.
Yeah, it's always going to be tough.
432 is going to be a real tough get. That's what we have here. Out of bounds all left. Sloping green, high-rise basket. Plays about 450, 440, something like that. Let's see what we got. Very high.
Oh,
Very out of bounds.
yeah, that it's gonna need to hit that tree, but that tree is so far away that didn't have a chance. That's the
worst shot we've seen from him
easily
by far.
easily the worst shot, and I think that includes the last 3 tournaments where we've seen him play at Portland and Preserve. I mean, that just was he just missed his angle.
And these guys are too good of players to let that go unpunished. Somebody's gonna be throwing something up there.
Yeah,
and
Chris is
starting with Chris.
Yeah, edge of circle, perfectly pin high. Still scary putt, but he's going to take advantage of that opportunity more times than not.
Yep, your disc goes in the water on this hole, and the sharks are gonna smell the blood.
I am shocked in a way that we didn't see Clemons go with the forehand. I mean, it shapes the way he likes to throw a forehand with a flex, but also it's a huge advantage to be a lefty to just to throw a hyzer for this pin, but that felt like a conservative play from Clemons.
This is one we've seen people just chip.
It's not a bad play. You're going to gain strokes on most of the field if you're par.
Now, with that being said, this guy has been making a lot of putts.
And not this time. So a bogey for Isaac.
Let's see if Chris does smell the blood.
He does.
Oh, man.
Chomp, chomp. Chris, just like that, he lost a stroke in the last hole, but makes up for it on hole 5 by getting 2.
You take that trade every time.
Oh, yeah. And I actually have to clear up a mistake that I had said yesterday about Isaac Robinson being bogey-free in the first round. He actually was not. He shot his 11 under with a bogey. And so Gannon was the only player that was bogey-free all tournament. I thought it was a battle between the two of them, but it's been Gannon all the way up until hole 2. Anyways, another bogey for Isaac, so that's his 3rd of the event, and he is still at 25 under par. On to hole 6, a par 4, 555 feet. That back out of bounds line comes into play quick with a roller and the forehand. It's important for the players to get their disc turned over to the right side. Very flippy disc for Chris, going with a vortex, and that was a bad bounce actually into the bush. It's going to be a tricky approach shot.
Chris with the wide hyzer, like the shape of this, gets the good ground play. Pretty solid.
Very close to where Dickerson is, but just being down the hill a couple of feet is a huge advantage.
Now, Gannon's been throwing this mid-range turnover. I'm not impressed with the choice.
No, and that's going to go out of bounds. It's just, he's done that a couple times with the choice of throwing that shot. You have to get the angle onto the ground perfect. Otherwise, it's going to roll every time.
Yeah, somebody like Isaac who throws predominantly backhand, yes, I get it because that's what you got.
Yeah,
but
you have to figure it out.
But as we've seen Gannon go through this round, great roller game, great sidearm game.
Great sidearm game.
But he's also 100 billion under par.
And, you know, with the way he's been putting from C2, just jump putting down there to 50 feet, why not? I mean, there's no point in trying to get any more aggressive than that. Gannon has to get aggressive, though. He needs to put this as close to the wall as he can possibly get. And that's going to be a long putt for the par. Let's call it 45 feet.
Chris going for the island? Yes.
I think he's going to I mean, wow, what a shot. He's got to be full steam ahead. I mean, he's only 4 back, but I feel like there's got to be opportunities. He's going to need to take advantage of each one that he's given.
Ooh. Chris almost gives that a little go.
Oh, wow.
Okay, slow down.
100% C1X.
Yeah, he just bogeyed the last hole.
Mm-hmm. I'm just
Things
saying.
are getting closer. Chris Dickerson, if you don't remember, is pretty good. So is this guy at putting.
Jeez, man.
So sick of this.
2 days in a row. The same, essentially, out of bounds off the tee, not that close on his approach. Doesn't matter. Can's
Cash
another big one.
money. I believe Chris Clemons is also 100% in the circle
Yes, he
for
is.
the tournament.
Mm-hmm. And that putt that he missed on the last hole was outside the circle. You saw him do his little jump putt. And Isaac gets that one over the rim. And, you know, like, he is 100%, like we said. But all those putts weren't as close to the finish line as he is now. And that basket starts to get a little bit smaller the closer you get, especially when you have a lead in your first ever Elite Series opportunity.
And I hate to break it to you, crowd, but he's not going to make everyone in the circle for the rest of his life.
He's
He's just not. So as a commentator, I'm going to just
Go ahead and get your jinx out now.
tempt the waters a little bit. See what we're dealing with.
Hole 7 is what we're dealing with right now. Is a par 4, 484 feet. Sounds timid on paper, but it is anything but in reality. It's the second hardest hole on the course with a 4.27 average. If you miss this gap off the tee, you go out of bounds to an almost certain bogey drop zone, and Chris is going to the drop zone. This drop zone is tough. Not only is the tee pad a little slick because it's in the shadow, it's just straight uphill, and there's a tiny gap.
I think that you could.
That is super fortunate.
I think that you could have a good hole from the drop zone.
Yeah, that would be absolutely. I think it would be a very tough par 3. Gannon having no problem. Well, no way. I spoke too soon. That looked perfect, but he just threw it too hard. And Isaac's got this overturned. Oh, wow. Isaac and Clemons getting incredibly fortunate. Gannon, not so much. Hits the gap, but strikes a tree and kicks into the creek.
Oh, just a little too high.
It is so difficult to accurately represent this slope on camera.
Well, I guess the best way we could explain it is Gannon goes deep.
Oh my gosh.
Outside the circle deep.
I don't think I've seen that before.
Me neither. But whatever your tightest, hardest hole is on your home course.
This is tighter and harder.
Yep. Decent shot.
Gannon
That's a big collection area over
Yeah.
to the right there. Everything seems to filter just down to the right.
And let's see if Isaac's able to take advantage of the opportunity. Oh, he is. Another bullseye coming up for this man, and he's going to get more strokes. I mean, that's what you have to do in these situations. You've got to take advantage of
You
the...
don't have to do anything. I've been in those situations plenty of times.
If you want to win tournaments, and the course gives
You don't have to do it. I'm telling you.
Okay. Well,
He's just doing it.
He's just doing it.
See, you could do that. Like, that's an option, what Chris just did.
Fair. Gannon, this would be a huge save. Oh, boy.
And
That hill gets
rolled.
down there. Oh, yes, it did.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, this could turn into a nightmare hole now.
It's already nightmare.
No, it is not. No, it is not doing that right now. From a par save to a triple.
Yeah, it could have been an 8.
We're going to see what Gannon's made of now. I mean, that is going to essentially drop him out of contention for the title now. But is he able to hold it together and turn it around? I mean, he has 4 over in the last 6 holes. We haven't seen a dry spell like that from Gannon. I can't remember how long.
This Grand Great Lakes Open champion. Dynamic Disc Open champion.
Buhr Open champion.
Kristen Tatar.
I've been dreaming about coming here and competing here, and now I'm finally here, so it's a dream come true.
Looking at hole 8, the 576-foot par 5. The little right to left break off the tee. You just need to miss these trees that you cannot see off the tee. Great drives get a little bit short of where we are now and then leaves this uphill, super tight left to right uphill approach to the green that slopes away behind the basket.
Look at this run up. 1, 2, pow.
That is
He uses half the tee pad.
that is a difficult backhand, and he striped that shot. This is the shape the hole asks the player to throw, and Chris obliges. A little unfortunate tree kick, but those trees are right in the middle for a reason. You really have to push the edge of the fairway on the left side or right side if you want to avoid hitting those.
Very good. Perfect spot. Hyzer in now. Makes the fairway pretty big. Too wide.
Oh boy, Gannon's just a little bit off today. It looks like he's taking it pretty well, though. This hole is still birdieable right now, and he needs to keep that in mind. A good recovery shot, and he's actually in position now to throw one more good shot and give himself a look.
Jeez, he's so annoying with these perfect shots. Like, that's the way he's playing the game will just... It's not aggressive, so you can't be like, oh, he's going to make a mistake, you know, because he's playing aggressive. Like, you expect maybe, a couple bad kicks or whatever, but he's just going putter, mid-range, putter, make up every putt in the circle, and then he just wears you down.
Yeah, it's demoralizing.
To where then the other players like a Chris Dickerson or a Gannon are going to have to get more aggressive, which then brings the bigger score in, and then your lead by doing this boring Nate Sexton game. All of a sudden, you're...
I'll leave the man alone, man. He's at home taking it easy on vacation.
All of a sudden, you're in the lead of the U.S. Championships by 13 shots.
Gannon with a really nice flex shot, getting a little fortunate on the tail end of that. He's going to have a look for birdie from the woods.
But there is something to it, pars and birdies.
Absolutely.
Because he could. Something to it. My point is, on that hole, he could have gotten aggressive, went with a faster disc to try to get the eagle. He didn't. He's like, I can play this mid range to right here, and then I'll just jump. I'll just jump putt it and have the easiest birdie on the hole.
Another bullseye birdie coming up for Isaac. Chris with a nice technical approach shot out of the woods. He's going to have a look for the birdie. And Chris needs to get aggressive with his eagle runs, and that was definitely full send. This putt can be scary. Not for Chris. A miss there certainly results in a putt like Gannon has here for his birdie, which apparently is not a problem.
Best kneeling putter ever.
Whoa. Oh, you're asking me?
No, I'm saying it.
That Gannon is?
Yeah.
I mean, it's too early in the game to call him the best ever. I mean, I think that we've seen Simon Lizotte hit those nose-up spin putts from 80 feet for a decade. We've seen Paul McBeth make all sorts of awkward putts for years. Gannon, he's breaking out this season. We saw a little bit of the tail end of last year.
Hey, you can say whatever. I have my opinion, and I'm telling you right now, it's the best I've ever seen.
Man, we all have opinions. Some of them just stink, is one part of the expression, and
Hole
I'm not going to say
9?
the other part of it.
Hole 9, par 3, 258 feet. Dang, I hope that Gannon throws it to under that bush so that he can knock another one down.
Me too, buddy.
Here's
Yeah,
it.
when you're talking about the one angle thing, I think about this hole right here. Isaac's just done this every round. This hole, you have to, if you're throwing the backhand putter, you have to manipulate a little hyzer flip turnover. But he doesn't. He just somehow shapes the anhyzer through this gap, which isn't anhyzer shapeable. I don't understand how he does it so easily.
Same way that Chris usually does it easily.
But that's a full shape. You know, he started that thing off a little bit hyzer, and it turned over because it's super flippy.
Yeah.
It opens up the gap. What Isaac's doing doesn't, it closes the gap. It closes the angle tremendously, and he's still hitting it.
Oh, no.
Oh, that was so close to perfection. Chris with a nice looking anhyzer approach. It's going to be a little bit right of the basket and nearing the edge of the circle.
In. Oh, that would have been hilarious.
That would have been kind of annoying,
Just a 90-footer.
It's like the first time I haven't been pulling for someone to hit a shot on Jomez history.
Oh, give it to him. Beautiful putt there from Chris. Dances on the rim.
Nice front nine for Chris, 5 under.
+2 for Gannon.
Wow. I would have lost a lot of money in Vegas if there were odds on Gannon Buhr shooting 2 over on the front nine.
Seriously.
The way he's been playing, it's just been so consistent. Chris with a really nice par save.
Yeah, and a solid front nine. 3 under, no bogeys. Here's another bird. Casually shooting 5 under with a bogey.
Yeah, I mean, and just no one's chipping away at that lead. It's still Chris Dickerson in second place. He's got a lot of work to do, 5 back. Kyle Klein is moving his way up the leaderboard a little bit with a nice front nine himself at 5 under. That puts him quite a bit back. I mean, he's 9 strokes back. It looks like it's definitely just a 2-horse race. Paul McBeth, folks, with a par on hole 9, shoots 9 under on the front nine. Shot even yesterday on his birthday and goes 9 under in the first 8 holes. He threw his 24th shot of the round on 9's tee pad.
That's insane. It must be Sunday.
It must be Sunday, and it also must be nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
How many times has he shot a perfect 9?
Here.
Here and at every other course. I mean, I feel like every 3 or 4 times this season, we're like, yeah, Paul just went 9 through 9.
I agree. But I don't care if he shoots 18 today, he ain't catching Isaac because that guy is on fire right now. The only person who can do it, in my opinion, is Chris Dickerson.
Oh, yeah. 3rd place is 9 back.
Yep. So.
Well, we're going to see how this shakes up. Can Isaac hold on and win his first ever tour event? Can Chris Dickerson get the breaks to go his way like that putt right there? We got 9 holes left. We'll see.